they were looking for.
Maybe they weren't what you were looking for.
Excuse me, are you two together?
Oh, no. Yeah? Well, yeah, we were, we are.
Smooth.
My vision would turn your world upside down, tear us under your illusions, and send the sanctuary of your own ignorance crashing down around you. Now ask yourself, are you really ready to see that vision?
Welcome back. You're back for another holiday review. I knew you wanted it. It's all about Merry Christmas, or Happy Hanukkah, or Happy Kwanzaa, or Feliz Navidad, or any other holiday greeting that you go ahead and actually feel that imbibes that holiday spirit for you. Today, we are going to go and actually review the Noel Diary on Netflix. So if that sounds good to you, go ahead and actually click like, share, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Give me that. But let me get into this review. So the Noel Diary on Netflix, it premiered on November 24th. Has a runtime of like an hour, 39 minutes. And the storyline goes like this. It's the story of a man who returns home on Christmas to settle his estranged mother's estate. Once there, he discovers a diary that may hold secrets to his own past and of a beautiful young woman on a mysterious journey of her own. So that story will go ahead and actually tell you who it's for, right? If you just kind of read the tea leaves, that's giving you a rom-com vibe, more of like a romance, self-discovery type of movie. That's what we're dealing with in this particular genre. Fellas, I'm going to tell you off top, this is not your typical run-of-the-mill rom-com. I say that for us, fellas, because we kind of get like, oh my, please don't make me sit through another rom-com. This is actually really just a romance movie, but I think a romance movie that most of us can go ahead and actually wrap something around. This has some similar beats to rom-coms, but in other ways it really doesn't. Like first off, this movie is set during Christmas, but it could have actually genuinely taken place any other time of the year, and it would have been just the same. So it's not dependent on the Christmas theme. So you could actually watch this any time of the year and be totally fine. Now, there is a setting and the warmth of winter that makes it more of a timely movie for a holiday spirit, but it functions without the Christmas theme, and that's a plus because if it's not dependent on that, say for example, some other ones that I reviewed on this channel this year totally depended on that, this is not. The leading characters of Jacob, played by Justin Hartley, and Rachel, played by Barrett Doss, are charming, good looking people that are standard in these types of movies. Now, they do a good job of carrying the emotional baggage that this movie asks of them. They're not world shattering performances, but they're better than the average movie and they're likable. And that's probably the biggest thing that you want to see is, somebody that not only do I think that they're good looking, but that they're likable and I want to see where their journey goes. And I think Justin Hartley and Barrett Doss do a very good job of that. The supporting characters are decent too. Special shout out to Bonnie Vandalia as Ellie and James Remar as Scott Turner and Ava the dog. I'm not kidding. I like that dog. I'm not usually that type of person, but I like the dog in this one, real dog. And I think she played a very good role in this. Now, most of this movie was shot well. The settings were nice. You get the typical northeastern in winter vibe throughout, with bed and breakfast inns, drives through the snow, holiday festivals, etc. It's a nice, cozy type of deal. Nothing complex, nothing bad. This is shot in a way that kind of makes you feel intimacy towards the characters need to go through this journey and that you feel kind of like the whole feeling the vibe of winter and all that kind of good stuff. So they shot it in a very nice way. Now, where this rom com, if you call it that, is measured is by the driving force of the movie. A death that forces Jacob's character to face his past and the connection with his past has with Rachel. It's about resolving issues of the past with no assumed budding romance between the leads. So for the first half of this movie, both of the characters are dealing with their own thing. Romance is far from their thoughts, and this makes the journey more palatable. So you don't automatically feel like, oh, yep, they're going to get together. Even though you kind of have it in the back of your mind, you still, they don't take you down that. They make you go on a different journey first. I And honestly, the thing about this movie that also kind of kicks you a little bit is that the movie is self-referential, and one of the scenes that actually makes a little bit of fun of itself, almost breaking the fourth wall, which gives you a little bit of a smile head now, like, okay, I like that. That was cute. And then as the plot moves forward, we get back to usual formulaic rom-com stuff, but we're invested in these characters because we take a different route to get to the destination. So we're not following the typical rom-com tropes. Therefore, it's a more enjoyable journey, especially again for us fellas. We just have a different mindset or what have you, so it's a little bit different in that way. So my verdict is for target audiences of rom-coms, this is a definite watch. You have the good-looking, charming characters that are destined to meet. The setting, story, and maintaining the good acting are throughout the film. This is better than your average Hallmark rom-com. So therefore, if you're kind of like a sucker for that type of stuff, this is a definite watch because it has more fruit to bear there. For the mainstream folks, I would go and actually say it's a weekend watch on a lazy winter afternoon. This is a film that I believe all women would like, and I believe most men could sit through it. There's not much in the way of comedy here, as it's more of a self discovery movie that turns into a romance, but the story is good enough to sit through that you will still get entertainment value out of it. Honestly, my only faults with this film are the last 15 minutes of it. It becomes a little too Hallmark esque, and when it's done, it's like done. It's almost like the director is like, and done, cut, fade, we're done. And I think they could have just used a little bit more on that tail end of it. But overall, this movie was still a good watch, enjoyable watch, especially in the realm of being a romance self-discovery rom-com type of journey. Happened to be set during the Christmas time. So that's what I have for the Noel Diary on Netflix. Congratulations, you sat through another one. That means that you're going to give me with a like, share, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff, because these holiday reviews are awesome. I'm getting exposed to a lot of different movies that I otherwise would not go and actually watch, so this is awesome. But valuing your time, I appreciate you. Go ahead and actually click one of the other one of my playlists here that we have for the holiday, or anything else that comes up on here, because I really want to go and continue to do these reviews for you. But until next time I post, I'll holla at you. Take care of yourself.